Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a repair video for Mr. Ursini. As you can see, we got our damaged shingle here lifting up, crease all on the top. It is 80 degrees today on this lovely Friday. I got my tripod set up, the only one on the roof. I also have my new replacement shingle and the tools I'll be using. Before we get started, let's take a look at the roof. So as you can see right here on this slope, we got on the back slope of Mr. Ursini. Let me zoom out. Back slope. The granule loss is tremendous. You can see over here, just looking on the slope, you can see the granule loss as well as the gutter. You can see all these granules in the gutter. All right. Then over here, you can see he got some missing shingles, some flipped up shingles. Another missing over here on the corner, and some missing on the top as well. And you also have your other crease shingles. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna set my camera in my tripod, make sure I got a good angle. Oh, before I get started too, I just want to point out my actual workspace area. So this is the area I'm gonna be working in. And then you can see right here, you got our shingle that seems to end right here. You can see right by the seam. So what I'm gonna do, make my life a bit easier, just gonna go ahead and mark that. So I know that that is my workspace. All right, now I know this is my workspace. Again, one last look at the workspace area. Let's go ahead and start the repair. All right, so the tools I'm going to be using today, your standard pry bar. So this tool is great. It just allows us to unseal the shingle without ripping into it. You can see, nice comparison. This is a nice thin and slick tool compared to this roof snake, which is a lot thicker and heavier. If we use this to unseal the shingle, we're actually going to end up piercing the shingle, and we don't want to do that. We just want to unseal the shingle enough to just do our repair. And then we also have our P-hook on the end to remove the nails. Again, this is our roof snake. This is what we'll be using to actually install the nails back into place. And then we also have our standard 16-ounce hammer. Let's go ahead and start conducting this repair. Oh, thought I had gloves. No gloves today, I guess. All right. So you're gonna notice as I cut away from the tar line, I'm gonna keep my palm down, fingers up in the air, never on the shingle I'm working on. I'll go in there, cut away, cut away, cut away. Whew. Except for Matt. Again, fingers up in the air. Good on there. And the reason I keep nice even pressure too is so I actually don't cut into the shingle like I mentioned before. We don't want to cause unnecessary damage to the shingle. We're just unsealing the tar line. We're unsealing the shingle, cutting away from the tar line. Again, fingers up in the air. Check for Matt. All right, we're good. And last shingle. So now that that's taken care of, what I'm going to go ahead and do is start unsealing the shingle. So when I lift up the shingle, you're going to notice I just lift it up with my thumb, fingers up in the air, never the shingle I'm working on. We're just lifting it just enough to see where the nail is. So we're going there, with our pry bar. Apply a little pressure, and then we just go in there one-handed. Go in there one-handed, and just pop that nail right out. This is really the only way you should be doing this, just so you put less strain on the shingle as possible. Again, I lift the shingle up no more than 30 degrees just to see where the nail is. Go in with my pry bar, put a little pressure to pop it out, and then I just go in one-handed to remove the nail. The shingle shouldn't be lifting any higher than the height of the nail. And this is the height of the nail. And we just go in there one-handed and just remove the nail as so. Pretty simple. Just speeding this up. Again, when I do look for the nail, I lift the shingle up with my thumb, the rest of my fingers up in the air, lifting it no more than 30 degrees. We just put a little pressure downwards to get that nail pop through. And then we go on with our day. I should have 2 more nails for this row. You can see I'm taking pretty careful precautions while removing the shingle. Not lifting it up any higher than 30 degrees. Using just enough force to make sure that nail gets out of the decking, or it pops out of the decking. Alright, that was our last nail. Go ahead and remove the shingle. Did see a bit of granule loss. Oh, we got one more nail. Oh. Up, found it. Right in the middle. Sneaky. What other sneaky nails we have? I just realized for this specific area, this seems to be a 2-tab. They actually cut the shingle part way. Found the last nail. Oh, but that's true. Alright, so it looks like the last nail seems to be hidden. I'm just gonna go in carefully and just lift it out with my hand. All right. It looks like they just cut right into that area. From what I could tell, it looked like this was the whole 3-tab, but I guess they just cut it and it is a 2-tab. Actually, it really doesn't look like it's cut. It looks too clean of a cut. But honestly, never seen a 2-tab. You can see, got our wind damage shingle. Well, with that being said, I don't have a 2-tab. And this honestly doesn't look like it was cut. It's just too clean to cut. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to install this back into place. And I don't have a 2-tab. So it's gonna install that shingle back in. And then since this shingle does not end there, I'm gonna have to put those nails back into place. No biggie. All right, just make sure we're still recording. Yeah, it's recording. Make sure it's got a better angle. All right, now we're gonna put the nails back into place. A roof snake. Hurry this up. Again, lift the shingle up no more than what I have to. Just enough to get the tool underneath. And the shingle doesn't go any higher than the nail. We are putting these in new holes for obvious reasons. Just trying to hurry up for my phone overheats, but I am still being precise with my movements. Let's shingle up no more than 30 degrees. Get the tool in. Hammering just enough to make sure it gets through the decking. And I know this isn't part of the shingle as we saw. This is a 2-tab, but I'm just making sure that everything goes back the way I found it. All right. So that leaves us with 3 more nails to put. I'm seeing a bit of granule loss as I hammer these nails in. And again, I'm just using enough force just to make sure it goes through the decking. I'm not doing really unnecessary. Just what needs to be done to make sure that this actually went in an angle. I'll just fix it. Just doing what needs to be done to make sure that it goes in properly. That's 2 nails. A little less chatting. We got this last nail. For the shingle, I removed Oh well, uninstalled unintentionally. Didn't realize it was 3 tab, but 2 tab. And we're good to go, guys. Let's get a closer look at the shingles. All right, and like I said, there was a good amount of granule loss that occurred from doing this repair. And I didn't lift the shingle up more than I had to. But you can see here, 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 and here. It's all a direct result from the repair. And I didn't lift the shingle up more than I needed to. Let me fix. Didn't lift the shingle up more than I needed to. All I did was conduct my repair, and these are the results. Lifted the shingle up no more than 30 degrees. And on this one is a little harder to see, but these are a little easier. And I just hammered enough to make sure the nail got through the decking. All right, again, we're on the, I don't know if I brought this to attention, but we're on the one of the lowest points of the slope. As you can see, we still have a lot of room upwards. If we continue to push for repairs, we're just going to be running into the same issues. And as you see, I took my time, and this is the result of the repair. So this is going to be deemed a fail. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.